What is good, Cardano fam, Ada gang? We have lots of exciting updates to unpack today. Some drama surrounding Circle USDC, and the SEC has been sued by Crypto.com. That and more, so hit that subscribe, hit that like. I want to say thank you, Angry Crypto fam, for your support here on YouTube. We passed 5,400 subscribers, and over on Twitter, thank you for your support. We passed 3,000 followers. Cardano is now nearing 5 million ADA wallets. We're almost at that juicy 5 million number. Austin Hilton says Cardano ADA is a good big altcoin. When prices are lower, people are selling. Should you be buying? In my opinion, yes. Austin can see that altcoin season is around the corner and considers Cardano, as well as many other projects, those top good big projects. Polkadot. Cardano Polkadot X Space soon. So Polkadot, Cardano Foundation, they're continuing that conversation. And we might see a X Space very soon with a topic on governance. And Cardano Foundation says, let's make it happen. Exciting. Sheldon from Emergo saying we're going to action this, tokenization and more, coming to Cardano over the coming months. So this is great for a couple of reasons. I really like what Sheldon has been releasing over at Emergo. Fantastic updates with BizDev, with VCs, but also, our votes kind of do matter. And this shows we had, I voted also, tokenized everything. And this is great to see the initiative, the action taking. Temperature check for the next cycle Cardano. Would you like to see more of on chain? And sure, why not? More Cardano native tokens. Let's see USDC native. Let's see USDT native. Let's see some more RWAs. Let's see genuine good products that attack desirability, feasibility, viability. That's what it's all about. Cardano Yoda, great update last night. Cardano's governance statistics. 456 registered DREPs. Over 9,000. Oh, I got the wrong shirt on. For ADA holders who delegated voting power. Over 730 million total ADA delegated, and ADA delegated to abstain 200 million. What prevents you from delegating voting power? Now, as we go into the Circle USDC discussions, Cardano Yoda also sees the importance of bringing on Circle, Tether, in terms of business development, perception. Stablecoins are very important to the ecosystem, and I consistently say that stablecoins are important. I like USDC, I like USDT. It doesn't mean that our own, like USDA and M or IUSD and others, don't play a role, but I think that USDC and USDT should be the foreground, and then the others just kind of maybe background or just in addition to. Iagon, a fantastic, nice highlight. Iagon at a glance, essential highlights. Iagon is a decentralized cloud storage platform built on Cardano, offering secure, scalable, and efficient data storage for Web3. It leverages encryption, sharding, and blockchain to provide reliable, decentralized file storage for dApps, NFTs, and the metaverse. With some key features, unique features: file sharding, Web3 storage, live monitoring, secure data lake, decentralized network, data freezing, secure storage, hacking defense, sharding protection, decentralized encryption, right? Encryption is kind of a standard now when it comes to communication, when it comes to HTTPS and whatnot. The use cases: file sharing, data backup, NFT storage, dApp hosting, and finally, AI computing. So Iagon and many other projects, I think of Vola network that launched, that's going to be another a side chain in addition to many other networks. They're doing some crazy stuff with DPIN, with compute power, with storage. I really like these medleys of Web 2 and Web 3. I think they're going to play a big role with these blue chip projects. And speaking of, Dedium coming in. You guys know I kind of call them the junior render on Cardano. A Bitmain miner earns $110 roughly a month, while renting a commercial GPU can earn up to $12.50 per month. GPU farms are shifting from mining to computing, and Dedium is the key to bridging old miners to this new computing economy. And you know what? I can speak for personal as well. I've mined a lot of stuff. I would do CPU mining of XMR, and I just stopped doing that. I would do solo mining and sell contracts for solo mining. Also, I did lots of Bitcoin mining as well. With FutureBit, I would point to the Brains pool, I believe, formerly Slush pool. And at the end of the day, like, proof of work is cool, but there's a lot of sunken costs before you realize that. And I think that unless it's done at an institutional level, a commercial level, personal mining is kind of like a meme. It's not really that feasible and viable, especially in the short or medium term. So I think, why not? And we can see here these top hardware being rented, A100, and it can be lucrative. So why not? There were some good replies here. When can we do this? You can do it now. A100 is already listed on our platform. So fantastic. I like the utility that they're baking into accessing compute power. Pepetools, Tap Tax is now free for the community. We spoke about this a few days ago, but a nice recap. Add multiple wallets, track every transaction, DeFi included, free customer support, compatible with other platforms. For example, TurboTax. So with tax season around the corner, in Canada that's like March, end of March, early April, definitely solid to have these fantastic tools, because I don't think there's enough good ones. And at least the way I've been seeing them roll on Twitter, they seem to be doing a great job with their promos and their UX UI. Fantastic. Thank you, Pepetools. Well, before we jump into the SEC, none other than, it's another Bitcoin maximalist in a nutshell. I saw a YouTube clip yesterday and it was very, very cringe. Often with Bitcoin maximalists, it's just ad hominem, character attack. It's not objective arguments. Because it would be very foolish to think that, like, altcoins have not done a single innovation since their inception, right? Programmability, smart contracts, NFTs, culture, you name it. Liquid staking on Cardano, resilience, you name it. There's so many incredible things. So here he got community noted, Fred Krueger. Snowden makes a really good argument for Bitcoin. You need to think of the adversarial scenario. If there's an on-off switch, or if there's an off switch, authorities will find it. This, of course, the context, guys, was Snowden saying that Solana is quote-unquote centralized. That became controversial. Anatoly, the founder of Solana, responded saying that Snowden is centralized, and now people are jumping in to see how they can make use of this story. Now, he's said some ridiculous things that apparently, Cardano banning IPs, Solana shut down, yes. Can ETH be forced to change their staking? Yes. To which he was community noted with the implementation of peer-to-peer node discovery. So, which again goes in here, in short, each node discovers and connects to other peers independently. No single entity can decide for all nodes, and nobody can tell them to ban any IPs, whether it's Russia or somewhere else. So I think people are just speaking out of emotion, right? And it's unfortunate, right? And yeah, it's cringe, really. It's really cringe. So a great reply here, a nice little friend, a nice little Pepe, telling him what he needs to do. Often, most of the time, people just need to shut up. That's all I'll say. So thank you, Pepe, for doing the hard work. The hero we need but didn't deserve. Thank you. Appreciate that. Justin, so we move on from that Bitcoin maxi nonsense, as if Max Kaiser was not enough blocking angry crypto. Crypto.com Chad files lawsuit against the SEC to protect the future of crypto in the US. And also Charles chimed in, look, another major crypto company sued and is now countersuing due to insane and contradictory regulation through enforcement. But don't worry, putting Team Blue Black in charge for another 4 years should definitely improve this situation. And again, in response to the same thing here, Crypto.com is doing what Consensus, the parent company to MetaMask, did earlier this year, preemptively suing the SEC in response to a Wells notice. So Crypto.com was served that Wells notice, and today we have a hot and fresh release. I went right to the heart of it, specifically what is being done. So everything is linked below if you guys want to read more detail. Specifically, says Crypto.com, our lawsuit contends that the SEC has unilaterally expanded its jurisdiction beyond statutory limits, and separately, that the SEC has established an unlawful rule that trades in nearly all crypto assets are security transactions, no matter how they are sold, whereas identical transactions in Bitcoin and Ethereum are somehow not. That's a great point of the contradiction. This unlawful rule, let's call it an unlawful rule, never went through a notice and comment period required by the Administrative Procedure Act, and furthermore, the agency's application thereof is arbitrary, capricious, particularly when those crypto assets possess virtually indistinguishable characteristics from and are sold in an identical manner as BTC and ETH. So when they say this, those crypto assets possess virtually indistinguishable characteristics. That includes Cardano, that includes XRP, that includes many other good altcoins. That's a fantastic statement, and this should actually increase our trust when it comes to Cardano and many other projects, because at the end of the day, Crypto.com is preemptively going against One-Two Mayweather, the SEC, and defending altcoins. Finally, they say, we seek to stop the SEC's illegal actions in excess of their authority and in violation of federal law in their tracks. Chads. Give it off. Let's get a round of applause, guys, for Crypto.com. Chads going in. Now let's talk about the Circle USDC drama. Can someone tell me why Charles Hoskinson and Cardano make this so difficult, but other chains doing it with breeze? So we just saw Sui announce USDC, probably natively on their network. What other announcement would it be? Charles says, I'm not in charge of these negotiations. The Cardano Foundation is. I don't understand why so many people say I'm stalling or preventing stablecoins from coming on Cardano. We work on the Wyoming stablecoin project, DEGED, and regularly talk to the USDM and USDA teams. We can have that conversation if the community wants to give me a mandate and funding to talk to Circle. The Cardano Foundation is leading that effort using its treasury. So if we recall, guys, it's been a long time, so I can understand why people are upset, because new kids on the block come in and bam, they just get USDC. I think Optos also, if I'm not mistaken, recently. I'm thinking of the other networks that brought on USDC. But we do know that Charles did say Cardano Foundation is in quote-unquote aggressive negotiation with Circle. So maybe it's around the corner, guys. You know, I know we've been waiting a long time, and personally, I really like USDC and USDT. Now, the drama continued. Well, if Cardano Foundation is working on it, couldn't be more happy to see them on it. I agree. If true, I believe they're most mature and well capable of managing that. And Charles says, if true, why would I lie? Again, yeah, he would not mislead with such a simple, clear message. And looking at the track record of Cardano Foundation, guys, with Frederick, it looks like they're moving in the good way. Strong business development, strong public relations, very articulate and charismatic. And with the recent announcement with RWAs with Wine in Georgia, I don't see any reason why they couldn't snag this one. Maybe it's just negotiation. Maybe there are NDAs. We can't jump to conclusions like the helicopter guy. Finally, this one was really toxic. Charles, you did great work on the blockchain, but the way these entities were set up was very foolish. There's no transparency or accountability. That's the wrong there. Maybe you got to learn some English. They got jobs, security for life off the community's back. You even have toxic individuals that run their chats that forced you out. So it looks like screenshots of maybe WhatsApp or Telegram. And it looks like here they say that if USDC comes to Cardano, it's done for DEGED and USDM and USDA and whatnot. And Charles responds with a pretty hefty reply, saying that Hepta is an admin and publicly said, I'm full of white, have no technical skills, I'm a poor leader, fundamentally dishonest. He controls one of Cardano's largest Telegram channels. It's a shame. And I don't know why these toxic people stick around with such a profoundly negative view on things. But welcome to decentralization. That's facts. Guys, these are community-run channels. Who cares what people have to say? And it's like, point to the sinless man. Point to the man who's never lied. This virtue signaling is so cringe. It's so cringe. So I agree with Charles, and I think that we're going to see amazing stuff come to Cardano. I wake up every day and work hard on the Cardano ecosystem. There are hundreds of things I'm involved in, but I cannot nor should not be everywhere. CNAs need a lot of love on the infrastructure side, so Cardano native assets at midnight is forcing that conversation through. I agree, he can't be everywhere. And we know that man's eye is never satisfied. So at the end of the day, if he brought on the USDC today, they'd be like, wait a second, you overpaid, you underpaid, why this, why that? There's a lot of yapping and moaning and groaning on Twitter, guys, so just do your best to filter out the noise. I think we're going to see a very interesting thing when it comes to Circle USDC and Cardano. So just a reminder, guys, I like USDC. I like USDT. You guys know I've been saying that time and time again. Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple CEO, with the launch of RLUSDC, or RLUSD? Yeah, RLUSD. With the launch of their stablecoin on XRP Ledger, he also highlighted the importance of both Circle and Tether. He also is very bullish on Cardano, expecting a US-centric ETF. We also see now with Crypto.com going against the SEC, fighting for altcoins, but also Stuart Alderoty, the Ripple chief legal officer, fighting for XRP and arguably the benefits cascading to altcoins like Cardano. We also know that we have a good relationship with people who are very bullish on stablecoins. Brad Garlinghouse, I bring him up because he sees massive growth coming to the stablecoin sector. And that's why I don't know why people are against USDC and USDT. When you have people leading with compliance like Ripple to beat the SEC, which we'll benefit from, USDC and USDT, it's kind of like peanut butter and jelly. We kind of need them. And I don't get caught up in the nonsense of like the wars between these two of USDC, USDT. I will say it time and time again. It's been a long time, so I got to say it. USDC these nuts, USDT these nuts. Now, I did reply to these posts that like I don't really like the DJED, like product market fit, guys. I like USDA, I like USDM. It needs USD in the name, guys. It needs USD in the name. So USDC, USDT, I think the people who cannot appreciate it don't understand business. They don't understand product market fit, brand, market psychology. It's just an expectation. People want to move stables around and it will help our DeFi ecosystem. It will help grow. And if you look at tools like Tap Tools, you'll see that stable coins are some of the more highly traded when it comes to trade volume. So we can bridge now. We can already use products like WAN Chain and many others, but it's not native. It's not on the Cardano blockchain directly. So I think native is around the corner, and that's what we're waiting for, right? That's what we're waiting for the aggressive negotiations that Charles cited by Cardano Foundation. And I think we're going to see Circle USDC sooner rather than later. So to recap, I think that USDC, USDT are great and they will come to the Cardano ecosystem natively. It's just a matter of time. I know we've been waiting for a long time, guys, but sometimes you just got to be a little bit more patient. You know, life's unfair, that we just got to deal with it. Maybe Sui had some advantages that maybe we didn't. You know, it is what it is. Price point, guys, I think we're going to continue to play around these levels, 3.4, 3.5. If we go back to 3.3, anywhere from 3.3 to that 24, 25 cent in my eyes is a great buying window. I 100% agree with Austin Hilton that, you know, the good ones, the big ones, such as Cardano, and when the prices are lower, people are selling, should you be buying? In his opinion, yes, and I agree. And a lot of the people who have been here for a long time understand that Cardano is an L1 that's here to stay and that it's at a great buying window. I think the upside volatility is enormous and more or less the bottom is in. When will we hit our new all-time high? I think it's going to be minimum Q1, Q2. This also coincides with all the launches going on for next year. If you also look at Solana, they're getting one of the biggest unlocks in their supply in March. Why? Because you need buying demand to match that. So I think that January, February, March, these are going to be moments where we're going to see massive positive price volatility to Cardano and many other altcoins. And I applaud the guys like Crypto.com for taking these efforts to preemptively in advance having the foresight to defend against altcoins and whatnot against the SEC. So you guys heard it straight from Crypto.com that projects like Cardano and many others possess virtually indistinguishable characteristics from and are sold in identical manner. Therefore, when we look at Cardano, right? When we look at Cardano the way it's set up right now with decentralization, token supply, governance, burning of the Genesis keys, I don't see a reason why we can't go higher. In fact, I would argue that Cardano has been built exactly the way the SEC wants for compliance. So that's my take on the SEC stuff, the Circle USD stuff, USDC, excuse me. Let me know, how important is it for you guys to see USDC and USDT natively on Cardano. And what do you think about some of the other ones? I like USDA, I like USDM, but some of the other ones, like the naming is just, for lack of a better word, cringe. You know what I'm saying? And so I agree with people like Hilton. I think that this is a great buying opportunity. And what price can we hit? I think $5-7 is very easy, being conservative with the price point. And I think up until then, what have I been saying, guys? The predictions have been correct. As we get closer to altcoin season, Bitcoin maximalists are going to feel threatened with the Bitcoin dominance being so high. And this is how they cope. Rather than having objective civil discourse, they just make nonsensical lies. They just lie, and that's unfortunately what they do, you know? That's what they do. Will they apologize? No. And as you saw like 2 days ago, Max Kaiser blocked us because we just said, oh, wow, Bitcoin maxi. So it is what it is. Rite of passage, as that one chat said. So guys, thank you so much for your support. Appreciate that we passed 3K followers on Twitter. We're going to near 6K subscribers here on YouTube. So hit that subscribe, hit that like. I'll see you in the next Angry Crypto Show.